So, are you ready to go to Florida?
Oh, I am so ready to go to Florida. Yes. Here we go. Yeah.
Wow. Hey everybody, this is Bill.
And this is Elizabeth. Live simple.
Live free. And we are finally ready to go to Florida.
Yeah.
We've been trying to do this for 4 years.
Yes, this is our 4th year trying.
And it looks like it's finally going to happen.
Yes.
So we had to postpone it, as you know, because Elizabeth was not feeling well. So how are you doing?
Oh, much better. I still kind of get wheezy sometimes and stuff, but I think I was probably kind of going on the other side of pneumonia. But I'm actually enjoying the fresh air right now, and as long as I'm careful, I'm breathing pretty good now.
So what do you think? 80%, 90%?
Yeah, 80.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll get better.
So she's actually improving every day.
Yes.
And part of the problem is the cold air up here. This is a nice warm day, but it was 16 degrees last night.
Yeah.
And that, kicks into her asthma, and we're not going to have to worry about that.
Yeah.
In Florida.
I'm going to get warm air and sunshine.
Yep.
That actually sounds very recuperative.
Yep. So we wanted to take a little bit of time just to show you a little bit of our packing and how we're preparing. We've had this trailer for a number of years, but especially with all the new people in our channel and even those who've been here for a while, we haven't even shown anything about this trailer for 2 years or more.
Yeah, with everything with COVID and everything going on, oh yeah.
So we just thought we'd give you a short little tour of the trailer and some of the upgrades and preparations that we've been making.
And show you what it's going to be like. We're taking a pretty nice little house down to Florida.
Yep. So, you ready to go?
Yes, I am.
Okay. We've been working hard.
Yeah,
And I'm tired.
Getting the house really ready to be gone for a long time, and then making sure this has all been like really cleaned up and loaded up, and make sure I have everything we need with us.
Now, we did a video probably a month ago installing these recliners, and we showed you that. But we very purposely at the time did not show the rest of the trailer.
Right, well, it needed some attention.
Well, that's because this, up until 2 weeks ago, this was the shed where I was storing a lot of the materials for our addition and our kitchen.
Especially the kitchen cupboards,
a lot of the kitchen cabinets were in here, and something that we've discovered since we started doing the kitchen is that I call them cabinets and she calls them cupboards.
That's right. I end up calling them cabinets and cupboards.
So anyway, what do you think of these recliners that we've just put in?
Literally game changers.
Absolutely. Yep.
I mean, when I think about being gone for a pretty long time, to know I can just rest my head. Oh my goodness, this is going to be fabulous. Because I don't want to have to just lay down.
Yep.
And these are comfortable. We got a nice, we'll show you. I love this place.
So let us now show you a little bit of the rest of the interior. I mean, it's nothing special. It's an 06, so it's not, some of the glitzy stuff that they're producing now. But it's beautiful to us, and it's very functional, and we absolutely love it. So let's show you.
It's homey. Or if we were in Britain, they would call it homely.
Homely.
Yeah. But it's not American homely.
Yeah. And if we were in Britain, this would be called a caravan.
Yes. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, of course, coming in our front door. And I wanted to mention one of the things I deeply appreciate about this place is that, for one thing, when the slide is out, it's so roomy and spacious. But when the slide is in, like we have to have for traveling, you can get through here and get back to the bathroom and everything. And not all RVs do that. Sometimes you're blocked from the RV if the slide's in. So I appreciate that. So we've got some good closet space here. It'll hold our little vacuum cleaner and brooms and cleaning things and stuff in here. And then I'll go ahead and show you the bedroom. Very comfortable. It's got space on both sides, and I'll have Bill show you what the little things we put on inside look like. It's going to be really good for holding our clothes. So we have a lamp on either side, and it's quite nice and comfortable. So that's the bedroom. And then of course these wonderful recliners. And oh, they're just so comfortable. And then our little table, we've got some spare heat under the table now, just in case we need a little bit of extra. And so, yeah, the table. And we'll come around here. And this RV has 2 bunks here. I'm keeping all the bedding up on top because Leo likes, but by the way, Leo's going to be with us, and he likes to jump up on here. So he can welcome to lay on this one. I just don't want him all over my bedding and pillows up there. So that's very handy and nice. Some storage underneath. I want to show you this. This used to be just a hanging closet, and we realized we didn't need that much hanging space, so my brilliant husband built these. And we can put like our Thrive in here. We don't have a lot of refrigerator space, and I'm so grateful I can take that freeze-dried food along. I can use it a lot. It is light and won't require refrigeration. So very handy. We don't have these filled up quite yet. So a little bit of hanging space over here and some drawers. Here's the bathroom. Why don't you take the camera a little closer, because we won't both fit in there, but very basic and functional. Got a shower and you know, just everything we could need for a bathroom. So, and then kitchen. Love the kitchen. A good amount of storage space here and down here. We have these on, by the way. That's why the doors aren't open. But we don't have the food in there yet. But nice fridge. Good. I love this. I love the stove. The microwave. Yeah. Nice sink here. We've got drawer space, a little bit of space under the sink, and just, you know, cupboards up here, cabinets, just for kitchen stuff. So quite spacious and comfortable. And I know when we got our first RV, this is a 32-footer, and our first one was a 26-footer. And we traveled actually like for a solid month in that one at one point. And I liked it a lot. I loved the life. But it had like fold-out beds that went on the end with just maybe a little light curtain you could pull across. And for one thing, if it rained or something and we had to pack up and go, the canvas would be kind of damp.
It was a hybrid.
It was a hybrid, yes. Yeah, it was very little at 26 feet, but when you put the beds out and the slide out, it just kind of, whoa, it just turned into pretty good size. But we have very different circadian rhythms, our sleep schedules. He is up before a chicken would ever consider getting up, and I have a hard time going to sleep at night. So we just really felt like that it would be a lot easier as far as like folding the beds out all the time and all that, to get one that actually had a bedroom. Now this is marvelous, because when he needs to go to bed, he goes to bed really early, shut the door, he's got a quiet place to sleep, and I can do whatever I need to out here. And vice versa, when he's up at like 4 dark in the morning, he's really early riser, then he can be out, he can make his coffee, work, anything he wants to do, and I'll still be able to get the sleep I need. So it works out really well for us. So anyway, I absolutely love it. I'm in seventh heaven.
Yeah, so when I get up in the morning and I'm literally up by 4 or 4:30 without an alarm, I don't know why that happens. My mother used to do that, and I thought she was crazy, and now that I hit 60, I'm doing the same thing. I don't particularly like it, but I discovered that's the best time. And I wake up raring to go. I wake up fully alert. So that's actually my best time to get some work done. I do most of my video editing and most of my answering questions, email questions about Thrive Life, all that kind of stuff before she ever gets up. And so it actually works out pretty well. So now there have been a number of things in the trailer here that I've had to repair and upgrade. It's been sitting for a couple years, and I was very surprised to find that the microwave didn't work. We plugged everything in, everything else worked, but the microwave just was completely dead. So the old one was a Dometic, and I could try to get a Dometic or some other thing, but I mean, good grief, why? It just plugs in to an outlet just like that. So I just went down to Walmart and I found one that I thought it was the same size. Turns out it's a little bit smaller. See, I can fit my finger in there, but I just took the old one out, installed this one, works perfectly fine. So now we got a brand new microwave. I also did some work with some of the electrical parts and electronics in the trailer. I'm sorry I didn't record it, but I had to get it done in a hurry, and when I record something, it adds at least 50% of the time. So if it's a 4-hour project, if I film it, it's going to take me at least 6 hours to do all the camera work and everything, and I just didn't have the time, so I just went ahead and did it. So we had two problems that I kind of solved with one thing. This right here is a 12-volt car plug receptacle thing. This is an 06, and that's the only 12-volt plug in the entire trailer. That's the only place that we could plug in to charge our cell phones. In 06, mobile devices were not yet a thing. It was just kind of starting. So that was a problem. Also, the battery gauge. Press this. Battery tells you how much battery it is. See the lights there? That's almost worthless. It doesn't tell you anything that you need to know about the battery strength. So what I did was over here, I found this online and I installed this little thing. This is really cool. It's 2 USB plugs, top and bottom, and then right there in the center, it shows the strength of your battery. This is at 13.7. So I solved both of those with one application. This is my electrical panel down here. That's where all the circuits are, the circuit breakers and that sort of thing. So I just took 2 wires and run them from there down to there where the battery comes in. It was very easy to do. The other thing was that I put in an inverter. This is a 2000 watt Renogy inverter because I had no power to plug in my computer. So I put in that inverter, and then I put one plug right here. This one is for when I'm plugged into shore power. This one is for when I'm on battery power. I can turn on the inverter, plug in my computer while I sit here at the table and work at 4 o'clock in the morning. So that's going to make it much more usable, especially for me to work this way with my computer where I can plug it in. Now we do not have solar. We plan to probably get solar eventually. I do have a generator, so if we're boondocking, I can just plug the generator in for a couple of hours and charge up the batteries so that all of that stuff works. Most of the time in Florida we're going to be plugged into shore power though, so that's not really going to be an issue. But this way, if I stop for lunch in a Walmart, I can plug in my computer. So this is my spare tire carrier on the back of the trailer, and I need to replace it because this one's old, the metal's rusted and it's weak. And when I took this trailer out for a test run on the highway the other day, when I came back, the tire, instead of sitting up straight like this, was bent way out. It was sticking out like a table out here on the back. So I got to replace this. So I bought a new one. I think I got it on Amazon. And it got here just in time. We're leaving tomorrow morning and it just got here last night. So that gives me today to replace this spare tire holder. So the timing was perfect. ready to go. And then there's the van, which is our tow vehicle. It's an Econoline 350 diesel. And many of you know, if you followed along, that it's got a 6.0 diesel liter. It's got a 6.0 liter diesel engine, and I've just recently had it bulletproofed, rebuilt to make it stronger, because that engine notoriously had some problems with it. So since I got it back, I've been driving it hard. I've put about 1,000 miles on it, including 120 miles on the highway pulling the trailer, just to make sure that everything was working and all that. Also, I was interested in checking the gas mileage, the diesel mileage, the fuel economy. And I used to pull that trailer. I used to have an F250, and that crazy thing, when it was on the highway not pulling the trailer, it got 11. This one on the highway not pulling the trailer gets 18, so it's at least 50% better. The F250 on the highway pulling the trailer got 7. This one got just over 10. And so 10 sounds, I mean, it gets 3 miles better, and that doesn't sound like much of a difference. But when you're talking about only 7 miles up to a gallon, that's like 45% increase in the fuel efficiency. So I'm actually going to save quite a bit of money. So in other words, if this cost $1,000, or if the truck would have cost $1,000 for a trip, this would only cost me $600, because it's saving 40%. Also, a lot of people will say, yeah, but diesel costs more. That's true. But I also do have a diesel fuel card, discount card, that gets me anywhere from 30 to 50 cents off per gallon, which brings the price down almost to the price of gasoline. So it makes it comparable. It makes it easy to compare it across. And so now a lot of you are wondering, well, what's about this diesel card? I will tell you about that in a future video, because I don't have much experience with it. I only used it once just to make sure it works, and it did. I saved about 42 cents or 45 cents a gallon. As soon as I get some more experience with using it, I will do a complete video and let you know about it. So as far as the van, it's running nice and smooth. It starts up first time every time. Even this morning it was 16 degrees when I got up, came out here, it started right up. The engine sounds good. It's very powerful. I'm very happy with it, except for one thing. And that's the volume. The sound of the engine is much louder than it used to be. In fact, when I first got it back from the mechanic after bulletproofing, when I first started it up, I was shocked at how much louder it was. I thought something was wrong. So I went back and talked to the mechanic, and he said, well, that's just how diesel engines are. They're louder than gas engines. He says, I drove it for about 10 miles, and it sounds fine to me. Well, I wasn't comparing it with my gas engine in my car. I was comparing it with what this diesel engine sounded like before they did the bulletproofing. And it's probably 10 decibels higher, louder than it used to be. And I'm not real happy about that. It makes it more difficult to talk. Elizabeth and I, we don't have to shout at each other, but it'll make extended conversations more difficult on the road. Also, it's going to make it difficult, if not impossible, for me to record while we're driving. As you can see here how loud the engine is in the background. So, as I've driven it 1,000 miles now, I've gotten used to the sound of the engine. It sounds healthy to me. It doesn't sound sick or anything like that. It's just loud. It's not as loud as it sounds like on the video. Microphones on cameras notoriously pick up background noise more than your ear does. There are many times where I'm recording and I don't hear anything, and then when I listen to the recording back again, I discover there was a neighbor mowing the lawn next door, and it's pretty loud on the video, and I didn't even hear it when I was actually making the recording. So this is not as loud. This van is not as loud as it sounds like on this recording, but it is louder than it used to be, and louder than I hoped that it would be. And the main thing is that it's just going to make recording while I'm driving, while we're traveling, more difficult. So that's about it. I guess we're about ready.
Yep.
So we'll be driving out of here tomorrow morning.
Yes, we're leaving tomorrow morning. I think we have everything all set. I'm pretty excited.
Yep.
We've been dreaming about this for a long time.
Yep.
He's been wanting to snowbird for years.
Yep.
So I'm coming up on 66, so I think it's about time to snowbird.
Yep, absolutely. So of course, you're coming along with us. You're welcome. We'll bring you along.
Yes.
And thanks for watching.
Yep. Live simple.
Live free. You be blessed.
Oh, we love you guys. We're excited to share Florida with you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.